This is the story of the most shocking moment in boxing history. This fight wasn't just another chapter in their rivalry. Oh no, this fight had everything: blood, sweat, controversy, and a knockout that rocked the world of boxing. Before we get to the big night of December 8th, 2012, we need to understand the heated rivalry that led up to this epic showdown. Pacquiao and Marquez were no strangers in the ring. In fact, this was the fourth time they were fighting each other. Let's rewind for a moment. The first time these two titans met was in 2004. The result? A controversial draw that left fans and experts scratching their heads. Marquez had been knocked down 3 times in the first round, but he came back stronger as the fight progressed, leading many to argue that he deserved the win. Then came their second bout in 2008, where Pacquiao won by a razor-thin split decision. Marquez and his camp were furious. They felt robbed of victory. In 2011, their third fight ended in yet another controversial decision, this time a majority decision in favor of Pacquiao. Once again, Marquez believed the judges had gotten it wrong. So when these two met for the fourth time, there was unfinished business. Marquez was determined to prove once and for all that he was the better fighter. By the time the fourth fight was set, both fighters were in incredible shape, and the stakes were at an all-time high. Pacquiao was still considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters in the world, while Marquez was out to make a statement. He wanted revenge, and this time there was no room for controversy. December 8th, 2012. The MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas was electric. Fans from all over the world had gathered to witness what would become one of the most unforgettable nights in boxing history. The crowd was roaring, and both fighters entered the ring with one thing on their minds: victory. Pacquiao came in confident, having won their last 2 encounters, while Marquez had a new strategy. But no one, absolutely no one, could have predicted what was about to happen. The fight started at a fast pace, with Pacquiao quickly taking control. He landed his signature combinations and used his speed to frustrate Marquez. It seemed like Pacquiao was on his way to another decision victory. But Marquez had other plans. He fought back hard, countering Pacquiao's attacks with pinpoint precision. By the third round, it was clear that Marquez was not going to back down. And then, boom. In the third round, Marquez lands a massive overhand right, knocking Pacquiao down for the first time in the fight. The crowd went wild. Marquez was finally able to put Pacquiao on the canvas, something he hadn't done in their previous encounters. It was a defining moment that signaled this fight was going to be different. But Pacquiao wasn't finished. In true Pac-Man style, he stormed back in the 4th and 5th rounds. His relentless speed and aggression had Marquez on the defensive, and he managed to break Marquez's nose, leaving him bloodied but still fighting. Just look at the determination on Marquez's face. Despite being busted open, he refused to back down. This was personal for him, and he was willing to leave everything in the ring. Now, we've arrived at round 6. Both fighters were going all out. Pacquiao was landing powerful combinations, and it seemed like he was edging closer to a knockout. But then, the moment no one saw coming. Boom! In the final second of round 6, Marquez unleashes a perfectly timed right hand that connects flush on Pacquiao's chin. Pacquiao crashes face first onto the canvas, completely knocked out cold. Time seemed to stand still. The world watched in shock. Pacquiao had been knocked out, something that hadn't happened to him in over a decade. For a fighter as legendary as Pacquiao, this was unimaginable. Fans were stunned, commentators were speechless, and Marquez had just delivered one of the most iconic knockouts in boxing history. This was the moment Marquez had been waiting for. After 3 close, controversial fights, he finally got his decisive victory, and in the most spectacular fashion. No judge's decision, no debate. Just a clean, unforgettable knockout. As the crowd erupted, Marquez raised his arms in victory. For him, this was more than just a win. It was redemption. After years of feeling like the judges had robbed him, Marquez left no doubt in anyone's mind who the better man was that night. Pacquiao, ever the sportsman, accepted the loss with grace. He congratulated Marquez on his victory, even though it was a devastating blow to his legacy. But that's what makes boxing so special. On any given night, even the greatest can fall. Fans and analysts around the world were quick to call this one of the greatest knockouts in boxing history. Marquez's punch was named the 2012 Knockout of the Year, and this fight became an instant classic, one that will be talked about for generations to come. And there you have it, the story of Pacquiao versus Marquez 4, a fight that gave us one of the most shocking and iconic moments in boxing history. What made this fight so special wasn't just the knockout, but the history and rivalry between these two legends. In the end, it was a night of redemption for Marquez and a reminder that anything can happen in the ring. Both Pacquiao and Marquez have cemented their legacies as two of the greatest fighters of their era. Their rivalry was fierce, but it was built on respect and a shared passion for the sport. This fight will forever be a testament to the unpredictability of boxing, where, in an instant, everything can change.